Yeah, but might have to have the host will go get the fucking thing in the first place. Help carry the damn thing in the first place.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent.
Right over there.
It can mean new shoes for growing feet
Mossy
or
smoke.
with medical needs.
Right.
Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Late afternoons continue on 680 KFEQ and 95.3 FM St. Joe. Now here's your Ag News.
With Ag News, I'm Nathan Steedley. Mexico's Agriculture Ministry said another case of New World screwworm was reported in Nuevo Leon, which borders the United States. Reports say it's the state's second confirmed case in approximately 2 weeks. The infected calf came from the southern part of Mexico and was intercepted just south of Monterrey. None of the other 84 animals in the shipment were found to be infected with the flesh-eating parasite. The screwworm larvae in the detected case were all found dead or dying as a result of the mandatory treatments, including the anti-parasitic ivermectin. The condition which the larvae thrived and made them demonstrating the effectiveness of the inspection protocols at origin and destination applied to mitigate the risk of screwworm spreading. That coming from the ministry in their statement about the most recent case. The outbreak has prompted the U.S. government to keep its border mostly closed to Mexican cattle imports. A federal shutdown effectively freezes nearly all the USDA-funded agricultural conservation work, with 95% of NRCS staff furloughed and program payments paused. Why it matters is that the Natural Resources Conservation Service provides the technical and financial backbone for conservation on American farms. Without it, many projects like wetlands or prairie planting are stalled. Meanwhile, it doesn't impact privately funded or state-run projects unless they are done in collaboration with federal funding or agencies, and many are. For example, Iowa typically has 475 NRCS employees working on conservation. During the shutdown, fewer than 500 staff members are left to cover the entire country. In fiscal year 2024, NRCS put $100 million into Iowa farms, and that momentum is now paused. This comes at a time when producers are already facing big challenges, and even short payment interruptions could deepen farmers' economic turmoil, and there's no telling how long this will last. That's going to look at your Ag News on KFEQ. I'm Nathan Steedley.
I'm Danny Schaefer, lifestyle content creator. My little brother had thirsting blue eyes, like the ocean. 33 when we lost him.
My name is Darren Waller. I had it made, living my dream playing professional football. Then my life hit rock bottom. I had an accidental opioid overdose.
If you know someone taking opioids, have a safety plan and talk about it.
It can happen to anyone you know or love. It happened to me.
Be prepared. Learn how at reversesilence.org.
Don't miss out on KFE Community, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join us as we delve into the heart of our region, spotlighting newsmakers and events that matter most to our community. Stay informed about local happenings and issues that impact your life. KFE Community is your daily connection to what's new and noteworthy in our area. Don't miss out on the stories shaping our region.
Fox News Commentary with Tommy Lahren next. If your cash
someone who disagrees with me politically. It's dictatorship, it's state-run media, it's suppression of dissent, it's political violence used to silence the opposition, which, let's be honest, sounds a lot closer to some of the tactics we've seen from the radical left. If Democrats really want to have a conversation, let's do it. Let's talk about policy, solutions. Fascist nonsense, a political coalition, a fear tactic, a distraction, and honestly, it's getting old.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Yeah, military life can have its challenges, but sometimes veteran life brings more. While serving in Iraq, I needed to both my legs, but it didn't take my spirit.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My name is Greg Gadsden, 26-year Army veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great.
DAV helps veterans like me get all the benefits they've earned, and that can be a life changer.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm an entrepreneur, photographer, and public speaker.
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won. With the right support, there are no limits.
My victory is just being the best that I can be.
Greg Gadsden, thank you for your service. Your victories require many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
Kids have still learned to dream.
So the Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe. And that means saving school and saving lives. Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
Learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential. Visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and our team can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Good afternoon on KFAQ. Here's your markets.
Here's a look at your closing markets from the Chicago Board of Trade. December corn up 2 1/4, it's closed 4.22. March up 1 1/2 and 4.37 3/4. May a penny higher, 4.46 1/4 cent. November soybeans finished 7 1/2 cents higher at 10.29 1/2. January up 5 1/4, 10.44 1/4 cent. March beans up 4 1/4, 10.57 1/4. December soybean meal finished $1.10 higher, 2.78 even. December soybean oil up 44 cents at 51.48. December wheat out of Chicago, a half penny higher at the close, 5.07 1/4. March up a half cent at 5.25 1/4. May wheat out of Chicago up a half cent at 5.37 3/4. December wheat out of Kansas City up 1 1/4 at the close, 4.93 1/4 cent. March up 1 1/2 at 5.15. May wheat out of KC up a penny and a half at 5.29 3/4. December oats finished today a half penny on the downside at 2.87 1/4 cent. Your local cash grain bids in St. Joseph: yellow corn 368 to 379, white corn at 472, soybeans 954 to 964. Lifeline Foods in St. Joseph bid on yellow corn at $3.79. Truck dump hours 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. In Atchison, yellow corn 377 to 387, soybeans 948 to 949, hard wheat at 418, soft wheat at 437. Kansas City truck bids: yellow corn 394 to 396, white corn at 482, soybeans 964 to 984, hard wheat at 468, soft wheat 462, sorghum at $3.47. Over in the livestock trade on the mercantile, December live cattle up $1.15 at the close, $238.87. February up $1.50 at $242.22. April up $1.80 at $243.80. November feeder cattle finished $4.57 higher, $368.82. January up $4.52 at $363.52, and March up $4.95 at $360.12. December lean hogs down 7 cents at the close at $86 and a dime. February down 15 at $88.12. April lean hogs off 20 at $91.30. That's been a look at your closing markets on KFEQ. I'm Nathan Steedley.
Whether you're in the barn, in the truck, or out on the combine, KFEQ is right there with you.
With Ag News, I'm Nathan Steedley. Although the overall runoff in September was above average in the upper Missouri River Basin, the runoff at the Fort Peck and Garrison reaches continues to be well below average. Beneficial rainfall occurred over central South Dakota and North Dakota in September, resulting in well above average runoff into Oahe, Big Bend, Fort Randall, and Gavins Point, said John Remus, chief of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Water Management Division. The above-average runoff, combined with the lower releases from Gavins Point, slightly improves the system storage outlook for the beginning of the 2026 runoff season. September runoff was 1.3 million acre-feet, 109% of the average above Sioux City, Iowa. As of October 1st, the total volume of water stored in the system was 50.4 million acre-feet, which is 5.7 million below the base of the system's flood control zone. Will continue to decline through the fall. Farmer sentiment held steady in September as the Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer rose 1 point to a reading of 126. However, there was a shift in producers' perception of current conditions and their expectations for the future. The index of current conditions fell 7 points to 122, while the index for future expectations climbed 5 points to 128. Farmers are concerned about current conditions, particularly over record-high corn and soybean yields, which are pressuring crop prices. At the same time, optimism about the future was supported by farmers' belief that U.S. policy is headed in the right direction and by expectations that potential government support, like the 2019 Market Facilitation Program, will provide payments to farmers in compensation for lower commodity prices. The September Farm Financial Performance Index dropped 3 points to a rating of 88, making it the third consecutive month that farmers have lowered their expectations for 2025. That's been a look at your Ag News on KFEQ. I'm Nathan Steedley.
MissouriNet.com is your free online news source. No monthly fees or annoying limited access to stories. For more than 50 years, MissouriNet reporters have been bringing you all things Missouri. Visit MissouriNet.com for our feature program Show Me Today, plus up-to-date news and sports. Are you a Missouri history buff? Check out Across Our Wide Missouri. MissouriNet on the web at MissouriNet.com, on X at MissouriNet. MissouriNet.com.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.